Delicate, light, yet very moist protein pancakes made with cottage cheese and pumpkin. My personal autumn favorite. They lack all the drawbacks of regular protein pancakes, they're not tough, rubbery or dry. You can make them on the weekend and enjoy them for breakfast throughout the work week, as they only get softer after storage. And a great macros: 16 large pancakes, each at 29 calories and 3.5 protein. We'll start with the pumpkin. Of course, you can pick some store-bought pumpkin puree already made, but come on guys, it's fall, it's the season of pumpkins. Go for your local market, find some nice and beautiful pumpkin, and let's make everything from fresh. I'll show you how to easily prep your pumpkins or just any kind of hard veggies where you need them to be cooked before you use them as your ingredients. Wash it, peel the skin and core, cut it into cubes and place it in a tightly closed container or a Ziploc bag. You can even just tie it tightly in a regular plastic bag, just pick the clean one. Now place it in the microwave for 2 to 4 minutes until it's soft. No need to bake or boil it, it's just a quick way to get hard veggies ready for your recipes, warm salads or creamy soup in just 2 to 3 minutes. Take it out carefully, the bag will be hot. Now check if it's done. The cubes should mesh easily with the pork. Now let's set the pumpkin aside to cool and we will mix the protein base. Take 170 grams of low-fat cottage cheese. I'm using 0% of fat in my cottage cheese just to show you kind of the leanest version of this recipe. But if your calories allow you, please feel free to use 2% of fat or even 5% of fat of your cottage cheese. It will not add too many extra calories, but the taste will be at top notch. So 2 or 5% of fat is kind of the golden middle between calories and taste. If you're worried about the taste of cottage cheese, if you're going to feel it, taste it inside your pancakes, don't be. It will be covered by pumpkin and spices, so no one will ever guess that there is a cottage cheese in it. So, in fact, all of my cottage cheese recipes are just like this. They are designed so you'll never taste the cottage cheese itself. Whether you like it or not, cottage cheese here is our protein base, but we will never taste the taste of it. I'm so sorry if my English is bad and I can't find the proper word, but whether it's my chocolate waffles or my protein cake or bagels or these pancakes, they are all made with cottage cheese. But when I tell this to my friends, they never believe me. Now let's quickly add the sweeteners. I use about 20 grams of erythritol and allulose for a more balanced taste without some weird artificial aftertaste of any of the sweeteners, or you can use just allulose or just erythritol. My butternut squash is quite sweet, so no need for extra sweetness. If you do want more, just add a drop of intense sweetener. And also half a teaspoon of vanilla extract and mix everything together. Oh guys, by the way, I leave all the links to all the products that I'm using and I'm recommending to you in the description under this video. I post there links to European stores where I normally bought my products, and I find some like similar products. I check the ingredient list, so they will be pretty much similar for my American viewers as well. Separate the egg yolk from the white. So the yolk go into the bowl with our cottage cheese and pumpkin. Let's mix everything together and finally blend it. If your cottage cheese was a little bit grainy, not as smooth as mine, not as creamy, no worries, it will be smooth at this stage. Once the mixture is smooth, add 30 grams of any flour of your choice and half a teaspoon of baking powder. This time I'm using rice flour, but you can use any kind of flour you like and whatever fits your macros and your desires. I love oat flour, rice flour and regular flour for their balance of calories, nutrition and technical properties. But the main point why I love rice flour is that it's very low in calories, and also, despite the fact that it's kind of gluten-free flour, it mimics the gluten effect by absorbing and binding the moisture inside your mixture, just like the rice does. Thanks to this, we can use less of it in weight and still retaining those thickening properties as any kind of regular flour does. So if you are going to use regular flour or oat flour or any other type of flours, you may add additional kind of 10, maybe 15 grams of flour more, but check the mixture, it should look like mine. At this stage you can optionally add protein powder. I make them both ways, so without protein powder you'll get 25 calories and 2.5 grams of protein. With protein powder you'll get 29 calories and 3.5 grams of protein per one pancake. So you can see that calorie and protein difference isn't that significant, so I add protein mostly for the texture. It slightly thins the butter and gives us that creamy, milky flavor. I love it. I love the texture of my pancakes with protein powder, so I use 20 grams of plain unflavored whey protein. And let's add half a teaspoon of nutmeg and cardamom for a touch of warmth and aroma. Now for the fluffiness and airiness. Whip the egg white to stiff peaks, so that even if you flip the bowl upside down, the egg white stays put. And this is why I think that this is kind of one of the best protein pancakes recipe, because we have 3 of the most common and most popular sources of protein. We have our whey protein concentrate, we have our cottage cheese, and we have our egg white. So all of them have complete amino acid profile, it digests brilliantly, and it will help you a lot to reach your protein goals while keeping you full during the day. So this is kind of more balanced approach to reaching your protein goals, not only through any kind of protein powders, but also adding some natural sources of protein into your dish, into your recipes. And all of them are in the right proportions, so we'll have a best texture we can with our protein pancake. We would only use cottage cheese for our pancakes. They will end up a little bit dense, more like, you know, mini tiny cheesecakes. They're still nice, they're still kind of funny and enjoyable, but not the pancakes to me. If we would only use egg white, well, we will lack a lot of nutrients and we will not get as much of a protein as we would want. And also they will be very dry and dense. And if we would only use protein concentrate, our pancakes would be more flat and feels a little bit more rubbery in your mouth, more dry and rubbery. I'm pretty sure that if you've ever tried to bake kind of protein pancakes before, you know what I mean. I often faced those issues when I was trying some recipes from the YouTubes. That's why I invented kind of my own recipe. So here everything is just perfect for my taste, but you will tell me yourself after you try this recipe. Now mix the whipped egg white into the cottage cheese mixture carefully in parts. Stir the first portion of the egg white thoroughly, breaking up any lumps. This will reduce the density of the cottage cheese mixture, so the rest of the egg white can be folded in without deflating the airy foam. And now you can gently fold in the remaining egg white using a spatula with motions kind of resembling a reversed letter G. Very careful, mix it thoroughly, but try not to break the air bubbles from our egg whites. That's it. Now let's transfer the mixture into a piping bag. With this you can achieve this perfectly round pancakes, but if you don't want to deal with piping bag or you just don't have it, it's okay, you can use any kind of kitchen spoon you have. Let's heat the non-stick pan without oil. I love my non-stick pan. I barely use oil when frying. I even roast my meat or veggies in the oven. I bake my pies in it, and it's dishwasher safe, so it's just amazing. I highly recommend you to find some very good non-stick pan for your low-calorie recipes. It is really good because the oil we use for frying also counts in your calorie allowance for a day. So find yourself some good non-stick pan. I fry them on 4 out of 9 heat settings. So don't wait until the whole surface sets, otherwise the pancakes will be drier. As soon as you'll see the first bubbles, flip them. And thin, flexible spatula works great for this. I've shown you this exact spatula before and left the links, so it flips even the most delicate pancakes or even crepes like French pancakes, without breaking them. Fry the other side for 1 to 2 minutes as well. My husband liked these pancakes more well done. I'd say almost burnt, so I fry his for 2 to 3 minutes. I prefer mine to be golden and kind of lightly browned, so I fry them for 1 or 2 minutes. I love this version of pancakes with pumpkin, not only because of their autumnal, slightly sweet and spicy flavor, but also for even more pleasant and moist texture. Pumpkin itself is an excellent vegetable for your diet. It is very high in fiber to keep you full, and when combined with protein, that effect is even stronger. So this is crucial when you're losing fat, you're dieting, and you're trying to preserve or even increase muscle mass. Plus, fiber is essential to avoid, let's say, digestive issues when consuming large amounts of protein. And that's why fiber and protein are kind of best friends, and they're very good for your diet. That's why I think that these protein pancakes recipe are kind of the best one. I'm really proud of it. Please, when you try it, please let me know. I'll be very happy to hear your thoughts. I recently returned to the strength training and increased my protein intake up to 115, maybe 120 grams per day, while staying in a slight calorie deficit. My limit is 1700. At the same time, I aim to eat 5, 6, maybe sometimes 700 grams of fruits and veggies per day. It helps me to hit my fiber, potassium, vitamins, minerals and antioxidant goals. And pumpkin is very good for this because you can sneak it into almost any dish, like these pancakes, any of your pasta sauces, stews, garnishes, sweet pies, salty pies, making it easy to boost your fiber intake without even noticing it, you know, especially if you have a husband, you have a family, your kids who doesn't like to eat a lot of veggies. Pumpkin is very good to sneak it into any dish. This batter makes 16 large pancakes, each with 29 calories and 3.5 grams of protein with protein powder, and 25 calories and 2.5 grams of protein without protein powder. For my breakfast, I'll take 6 pancakes, add 50 grams of Greek yogurt for more calcium, protein and probiotics, and some berries for extra fiber. Let's add 20 grams of my sugar-free salted caramel. I'm so sorry guys for my throat. I'm struggling closer to the end of this video, so I hope you will forgive me and can see and hear everything clearly. I promise you I will be better soon. It's autumn and the daycare, kindergarten for the kid. They are kind of best friends with the viruses and bacteria and all of that. I'm sick again, so I'm so sorry. With this caramel, we will have 230 calories, 28 grams of protein and 23 grams of neat carbs. Yes, we are a bit short of 30 grams, but I always want to be honest with you. This is kind of my typical serving of these pancakes because they are super filling, and I'm very small. I'm not sure if you can kind of see me. My height, my weight, I'm just 157 centimeters and I'm 44 kilos, so I'm a hobbit. That's why I cannot eat like a lot of food, but when I serve this to my husband, he normally eats 10 of these pancakes. No, he doesn't eat. They just disappear from his plate because they're melting in the mouth. He just looks at them, licks and empty. Need to cook again. So yeah, if you like this recipe, if you want to see the recipe for my zero sugar caramel, check this. It will be over here in the right top corner. I'll check my playlist of low calorie, high protein recipes from the cottage. It will be also linked in the description. See you!